Right now, thousands of immigrants being incorrectly classified as dead, what it means for their lives in the U.S.
Plus, China hitting back with new tariffs. Why a Madison hardware store says that it might struggle if they stay in place.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Kyrie Lee.
I'm Chris Stanford. Savannah Brito at the desk to start off. We had a skunk outside this morning.
Yeah, let's just be real. What really happened?
That's why I'm inside today.
So she's been inside to start off first weather.
You didn't want to stand out there with him?
No way.
Didn't want to risk it.
Getting
Don't blame
sprayed? Have you guys ever been sprayed by a skunk before?
Have you?
No.
No,
Like, do
I
you
have
know
not.
anyone? What'd they do? What's
right.
the remedy?
Everybody knows. I think somebody who's been sprayed. It's
Yeah. Send us your remedies just in case that ever happens.
Sure.
Or even if you accidentally hit one on the road, like it just gets your whole car.
My car reeked for like a week. I got like 3 car washes and
still
detailed.
Smells like
nope, didn't fix it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Savannah's inside getting us up to date on everything we need to know as you head out the door this morning if you haven't already. So what can we expect?
The big thing's the fog this morning. So we do have some areas that are dealing with a lot more dense of fog than what we had yesterday. And there is a dense fog advisory for Juneau, Adams, and Monroe counties. That doesn't include Dane County, but we're still down to 3 miles. That's some lighter patchy fog, but you can really see where it's more prominent. Wisconsin Dells and Black River Falls have been holding on to 0 miles for almost an hour at this point in time. Camp Douglas is back up to a 1/4 of a mile. That's still very low though. So if you're traveling across Dane County and especially northwestward up towards Black River Falls, allow a little bit of extra time. La Crosse also down to under 2 miles. These were yesterday's highs, was well below average, about 10 to 15 degrees below it. We only topped out at 43 in Madison. Luckily, a much warmer day ahead today. 54, that's pretty much exactly where we should be, and clouds are going to increase, but we will see some bouts of sunshine through the day. We'll talk about Saturday and Sunday, the weekend forecast coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then. New this morning, one person is dead after a car crash in the town of Avon.
The medical examiner pronounced a 26-year-old Orfordville woman dead at the scene. An adult and 3 children in the car were transported to the hospital for injuries. It happened last night at the intersection of West Skinner Road and South Mulrady Road. The investigation shows the car exited the road and collided with a tree. The name of the victim has not yet been released. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says the investigation is ongoing.
New this morning, the Social Security Administration is classifying thousands of immigrants with temporary legal status as dead. This essentially cancels the immigrant's Social Security number. It's equivalent to financial death. Financial institutions may cut off access for these individuals. The first group to be classified as ineligible is 6,000 immigrants who came to the country during former President Joe Biden's parole program. The White House says that this will encourage immigrants to self-deport.
A judge is demanding the Department of Justice explain how an illegally deported man will be returned home today. A Supreme Court ruling now requires the government to take steps in Abrigo Garcia's case. The Trump administration says they accidentally sent Garcia to El Salvador due to an administrative error. He's being held at the country's most notorious prison, CCOT. Garcia's wife says she's anxious to have him back in Maryland with their children. The court did not give the administration a deadline for when Garcia should be returned.
New overnight, China is striking the latest blow in the global trade war, upping its duty on U.S. goods to 125%. It's in retaliation to U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports of 145%. Checking with the markets this morning, Tokyo's Nikkei lost nearly 3% in trading today. India's Nifty 50 picked up about 2% though. Pre-trading on the New York Stock Exchange, futures are looking up. Dow futures up 0.6%. NASDAQ and S&P futures are up about the same.
Among many things, prices on tools could also go up. Isthmus Hardware in downtown Madison gets all its tools from True Value. True Value outsources their tools from overseas countries like Taiwan and China. The owner of Isthmus Hardware, Greg Norman, says he got an email from True Value saying 2/3 of their products will be impacted by changing tariffs. He says that the tool industry always stays strong because there are always repairs to be made.
If you need what you need, well, you got to spend more for it. That's the way it is.
That's the thing about the hardware business, is that when tough times economically happen, people tend to fix things and not throw things away. So I think that's the silver lining I'd want to walk away with.
Norman says they've tried to add more American-made products on the shelves.
The man accused of abducting teenager Sophia Franklin will be extradited to Wisconsin. 40-year-old Gary Day appeared in Nebraska court yesterday morning. The court heard a couple of extradition complaints based on Day's charges in Wisconsin and in Arkansas. His agreement means that he'll be transferred to both states without a hearing. It's not clear which state he'll be extradited to first, though. Day and the pregnant 17-year-old fled Beaver Dam and triggered Amber Alerts in multiple states.
Some Wisconsin Democrats want voters to decide whether outside money can flow into races for elected officials. They want to add a statewide advisory referendum to the November 2026 ballot. The constitutional amendment would overturn the 2012 Citizens United Supreme Court decision. This decision allowed for unlimited corporate spending in elections. This comes just days after Wisconsinites voted in the most expensive judicial race in American history, with donations coming from George Soros and Elon Musk.
The deadline to file your taxes is April 15th.
Our consumer reporter, Michelle Renee Quinn, is here with tips for any of the last-minute scramblers. Good morning.
Good morning. Just 4 days away, like Chris said, your deadline is next Tuesday, April 15th. You can start by getting organized. Gather the documents you need to file. The quickest and most efficient way to file is electronically. And if you're owed a refund, use direct deposit. To reduce errors, double-check your Social Security number, choose the correct filing status, and be sure to calculate and claim deductions or credits correctly. If April 15th just isn't enough time, you can request an extension to file with Form 4868. It will give you until October 15th to file your return, but it's not an extension to pay. You need to pay owed taxes by the April 15th deadline next week to avoid potential penalties and interest. And if you owe money but can't afford to pay right now, don't hide, because the IRS offers short and long-term payment plans to help.
Michelle Renee, thank you so much for those updates. That deadline coming up real quick.
Meantime, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation asking for some public input, your input, on the improvements to U.S. Highway 51. They're hoping to make transportation between Stoughton and McFarland safer and more efficient. The DOT wants to replace the current pavement and add some roundabouts. They also want to improve access for cyclists and pedestrians. So the DOT is hosting a couple of meetings, a meeting on April 24th. There are going to be options for attendance in both Stoughton and McFarland. Construction would happen in 2026 and 27. Up in Stevens Point, they have a lot going on right now. The world's largest trivia contest and their annual Peeps show. It's at the Riverfront Arts Center. Creative types submitting paintings, sculptures, dioramas, pretty much anything involving those marshmallow chicks. This year has given us such creations as SpongeBob Peep Pants and the Green Bay Peepers. It started in 2008 as a cheaper alternative to expensive exhibitions.
All right, this is actually a really neat idea. I know Peeps are usually pretty inexpensive, and not everyone likes to eat them, so why not make them some artwork?
Right, yeah, put them to good use.
Exactly. Especially, I know they go wasted a lot of times, so I know there's a debate. It's debatable if you like them or not, but this is a cool idea.
I don't know, that's my limit.
Yes, yeah. Just a couple will do. Just a couple will do. But yeah, I do like this. The Green Bay Peepers. People are so creative.
They
Gotta love
made
it.
them out of Peeps?
All that stuff made out of Peeps. How about that?
All the stuff out of Peeps. I think I have something from Halloween in my desk that Michelle Renee gave me.
Peeps?
Yes.
See, they're more to
Halloween Peeps.
use to like
Halloween
make
Peeps.
decorations, not to consume.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe I can make some artwork with that. There we go.
We'll try it out.
After the break, find out how you can trade in your old underwear. In Savannah, what do you have in the weather?
Yeah, how do I take that? How do I leave that off? Some sunshine today, warmer weather's on the way. We'll talk about your next chance of rain coming up Sunday. That's next.
And it is Food Waste Prevention Week coming up live. We're going to show you a special community partnership focused on fighting food insecurity. That's in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
All right, folks, we got this wild promotion going on this weekend where you can trade in your old underwear for new underwear. We got Ricker joining us this morning from Duluth Trading Company to talk about this promotion that they brought back this year. It's an underwear trade-up event. You're really asking for people's old underwear?
Yes, we are. This is the third year in a row, probably our last. We didn't think it was that good of an idea when we first started, but it's been a success. So yes, anyone coming to our stores, the first 300 people will receive free new underwear from Duluth. but the catch is they have to trade in their old underwear.
And you have these biohazard bags that
Yes.
people are going to put their old underwear in.
Well, we don't want to touch your old underwear.
I can imagine why.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense. Okay, I got to ask, what do you do with the old underwear?
Well, we dispose of them.
You just toss them? Toss them,
Well,
you
I
burn
think we
them?
incinerate them. You know, it's like a technical thing. We've worked with NASA on how to really turn these underwear into nothing.
So tell us about, you know, why you wanted to do this in the first place. This obviously helps get people into the store, but what is it about your product that you want people to take away whenever they come in and try it out?
Yeah, so we believe that there are really old underwear drawers out in the country.
Sure.
And we want people to take advantage of our underwear, which lasts a lot longer. It has solution benefits. They're extremely comfortable. And what better way to get them into our underwear by exchanging it with their underwear and making it a very fun and easy event.
All right, it totally makes sense. You see the billboards and all the promotions from Duluth Trading Company. This seems right up your alley. So give us the details, which stores, where, and what days.
So all of our 64 stores across the country, this weekend, I believe that's the 12th and the 13th of April. Stores open at 10 a.m. The first 300 people will get free pairs of exchange. You'll also get a peel and reveal card that'll offer additional in-store discounts. And then this year, 5 lucky people will receive underwear for life. Now that's either through 100 pairs of underwear from Duluth or a $500 gift card.
All right, and the store in Mount Horeb, that would be the closest one in Madison.
Store in Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, or our store in Belleville would be the closest to this area.
All right. Awesome. Ricker, thanks for joining us this morning. Underwear trade-up event from Duluth Trading Company. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Time to see what's going on in the 608 this morning. It is Food Waste Prevention Week, and we're learning just how much the community steps up all year long.
Josh Fighter is live in Madison this morning with the story. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're at Atlantis Valley Foods here in Cottage Grove this morning. We're talking about a unique special partnership between them and the River Food Pantry. It is Food Waste Prevention Week, as you mentioned, and there is a great way to prevent that food insecurity right here in our own community. I have both Aaron Singer and Brian Moore joining us this morning. Brian, I want to start with you. Where are we right now? What is this room?
This is our commissary here at Atlantis Valley.
So obviously they're off and going already early on a Friday morning.
Yes, they are. We start production right away at 6 a.m.
So what is Atlantis Valley Foods all about?
So we're a full-scale food service operation that specializes in micro-market services.
Oh my gosh. All right. So Aaron, this is a family business. So how exciting is this for you here in the community?
This has been really a wonderful initiative that we've had with the river. Our family has been in this industry for a really long time, and we are just proud to be, involved in this. We make all of our own fresh food, so we're happy to contribute in a way that really makes a difference.
And that's what it's really all about, is giving back.
Absolutely, yeah. Our family's been in this industry since 1945 and in this area, so the community has been good to us, and we're happy to kind of give back in whatever way we can.
I mean, obviously you guys have quite a few folks working here this morning. They're making food that goes all over the place.
Yes, they do. We deliver to about 400 markets all across Wisconsin and northern Illinois.
So when you're talking about that food, obviously you don't want any of that food to go to waste. So you guys partnered with the river, and how does that program work?
Well, they come in anything that goes past our best buy date. It comes back here under refrigeration, and then they come and pick it up on a daily basis.
And you think about that, a daily basis, that's a lot of food that you guys are helping, from going into the trash.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we really pay attention to year to year, and it's something that we talk about with our customers. It's something that our customers are really proud to partner with us because that's an important initiative for them too.
And it's kind of that full circle thing too. It's like, obviously you guys are here to serve the community, but you're also giving back and helping those that need it most too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think last year we contributed a little over 142,000 pounds of prepared food, so that goes obviously a long way, and it's a great thing to be a part of, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Aaron, Brian, thank you so much for interviewing with us this morning. Coming up in our next half hour, Rhonda Adams with the River Food Pantry is here with a little special presentation. And we're going to talk a little bit about just how much of a difference this is making here in the community with all of their local partnerships focused on that food insecurity, guys.
Oh, fascinating. Look at all those people doing good work they are.
Yes,
This
hard
early in
at
the
work
morning.
this
You love to see
early.
that.
Yes, doing great work in our community.
Awesome. Josh Friday will check back in with you in a little bit. Thanks, buddy.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at in608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, let's check in with Savannah Brito. Help you get out the door this morning. How are things looking out there?
Yeah, guys, we're still dealing with that fog, some of that patchy locally across Dane County. We're down to 3 miles. Monroe and Janesville areas south that were dealing with fog yesterday are actually up to full visibility 10 miles. Lone Rock's down to 7, but the Dells and Black River Falls both have consistently been reporting 0. And then even just between that and Camp Douglas, they're down to 1/8 of a mile. Those counties basically to our northwest where the dense fog is, there is a dense fog advisory in effect until 9 a.m. That includes Juneau, Adams, and Monroe County. 27 in Madison. Temperatures falling. Our winds are light and higher humidity levels all driving that fog out there. I expect that to be out of here by mid to late morning. That's where a couple cooler spots also are. 25 only up northwest of here in Camp Douglas and also Black River Falls. The good news is we will see some sunshine later today. We won't be dealing with breezy conditions. That'll return over the weekend, specifically on Sunday, and that's your next chance of rain. Might be a couple spotty showers west of Madison through the morning, but I think mostly dry today. We'll see clouds increase late and then temperatures topping out 10 degrees warmer than yesterday. We'll return to the lower to mid 50s, which is where we should be for this time of year. So we're clear right now. Clouds are going to increase, but then I do think we'll return to partly sunny skies by mid to late afternoon, and then skies completely clear overnight, but that's why temperatures are going to fall. So we'll be dealing with the lower to mid 30s. A couple of us still going to be seeing the upper 30s at that point in time, which is just shortly after midnight. But once you're getting into early tomorrow morning, that's when temperatures are expected to fall near freezing level. Tomorrow's finally the return of the Dane County Farmers Market on the square. It'll be a chilly start, but at least we'll have that sunshine, and then temperatures are going to be quick to rise. We'll already be close to 50 by 10 a.m. and then about 56. So mid to upper 50s expected by 1 p.m. by the time that's wrapping up. And then further, highs will reach the lower 60s tomorrow. Definitely a better day to get outside Saturday compared to Sunday. It's not going to be a washout, but we will be dealing with a little bit of shower activity Sunday into Monday. We even could see some isolated thunderstorms. None of that's expected to be severe right now here. That's better towards Cincinnati. That's where the severe weather outlook is placing that best chance Sunday into Monday, and then temperatures fall behind that. But at least we pretty much have some consistency. There's no 40s on the forecast, at least for highs. Lots of 50s and 60s.
Love to see some more sunshine.
I know, wish we could do it, but at least we'll see some today and tomorrow.
There we go. All right, we'll take it when we can get it.
Yes.
Appreciate it. 6:20, still ahead, the Wisconsin dad competing to be the world's strongest firefighter.
We're back right after this. Welcome back. Gwen says Wisconsin weather always keeping us on our toes, of course. And then she got this shot of the sun peeking out through the clouds. So hopefully we'll see some more sunshine real soon.
Yeah, blue skies. We all could use that, right?
Yes, we could. Keep sending in those photos. Hashtag MyNews3Morning.
Hey, trending this morning, a Wisconsin dad is training to be the world's strongest firefighter. Check this out. Dylan West is on the Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department. He competed in a competition last year in Ohio and placed 12th. Pretty good. Look at him go. Look there.
He did not skip leg day.
Back to training. Endless hours in the basement of the firehouse gym at the YMCA. And the competition is cool because it's also a fundraiser. Wes said that a lot of charities they support, families of firefighters who have fallen on hard times.
Nice.
Yeah, you aren't kidding, Kyrian. This guy definitely is not skipping leg day.
No, he's not skipping leg day. Those legs are massive.
Look at these tree trunks.
Yes. So, I mean, it's nice to see that he's, training up to do something he wants to do, but as well as it's helping out other families.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Hopefully my brother's watching from home right now. He's going to be a firefighter, and
hey, awesome.
He works out like that. I mean, maybe not that intense, but Vinny, come on, let's
So he needs to step his game up.
His
game up.
Well, hey, a lot of students are prepping right now for the ACT, and a superintendent in Illinois is giving his students some extra motivation. Oregon High School District Superintendent P.J. Capozzi says that he's going to take the math section of the ACT, and if any of his students beat him, he'll take them out to lunch. Here's the kicker, though. He's going to do it without a calculator. It's a challenge he first started 15 years ago when he was a principal, and he's decided to bring it back now that the ACT is the state's official assessment.
Might be a hot take, but I did not pick up that calculator during my ACT. It was easier for me to like handwrite it out. I did not like those graphing calculators.
No need to toot your own horn, huh? All right, well, I picked up that calculator a lot and still did not do that well in the math section, so there's that. But hey, I that's not my strong suit.
Yeah.
Clearly. Well, I do what I do.
Math was mine.
Yeah, we dabble in math now and then.
But when it comes to my money, I'm all about it. I got it all up here, but everything
matters, right?
Yes.
Well, we will be seeing some sunshine return. We'll talk about that and time out your rain chances returning coming up.
This morning, the shocking video from the moment a helicopter crashed over the Hudson River. What we're learning about the victims.
Plus, the man accused of abducting a pregnant teenager from Beaver Dam enters a plea and update on his return to face charges here in Wisconsin.
And the trade war escalates. The new tariffs China is slapping on, and how much more electronics will cost. Hey, thanks for joining us, everyone. On a Friday to News 3 Now this morning, I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us alongside meteorologist Savannah Brito this morning.
Want to tell them why?
I mean, if you haven't heard, there was a little friend that visited us outside this morning.
I think it's the same skunk that keeps coming back. He looks the same. He's really large, and he scares me.
A skunk. I don't know if he's still out there, but yeah, there was a skunk.
Not testing it, not trying.
Lurking around this morning, and Savannah didn't want to go make a friend. She didn't want to be.
We have a camera outside, so our director Andrew, he was looking around for it. We found it. That's why I was inside at the 4:30 hour, the start of the show, and then the next half an hour he gave the all clear, but the skunk was hiding.
He's at the pond getting a drink of fresh water.
Let's name the skunk. Let's solicit people can send us some names.
Yeah.
We'll give this.
Yeah,
give
it's
this skunk
big.
a name.
That helps. I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, I see the sun shining behind us. We're going to see more of that today.
I do think so. We'll have partly sunny skies, but it is foggy. That's mainly northwest of Madison, though. We are dealing with light patchy fog across Dane County right now, 3 miles. But Black River Falls and Wisconsin Dells, all of this swath, that's where there's more dense of fog. Camp Douglas also down to 1/8 of a mile. And those counties, Adams, Juneau, and Monroe, have a dense fog advisory in effect until 9 in the morning. So allow a little bit of extra time if you are traveling northwest of Madison. We're down to 27 now. Temps still falling, but at least we've got that sunrise out there. Looks pretty. You can see that behind those graphics. And temperatures will top out warmer than what we had yesterday. We're looking at the 50s today, and then even the 60s returning. No 70s in the forecast, but Sunday will be in the mid to upper 60s. So not bad.
All right, not bad at all.
Some rain. We'll talk about that coming up.
Thanks, Savannah. Oh, new this morning, one person is dead after a car crash in the town of Avon.
The medical examiner pronounced a 26-year-old Orfordville woman dead at the scene. An adult and 3 children in the car were transported to the hospital for injuries. It happened last night at the intersection of West Skinner Road and South Morady Road. Investigation shows the car exited the road and collided with a tree. The name of the victim has not yet been released. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says the investigation is ongoing. New overnight, China is striking the latest blow in the global trade war, upping its duty on U.S. goods to 125%. It's in retaliation, of course, to U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports of 145%. Checking the markets this morning, Tokyo's Nikkei closed 3% down in trading today. That was before the news of the new tariffs broke. And on Wall Street, stock futures pointing slightly up this morning. The Dow futures are up about 0.2%, S&P futures and NASDAQ futures up about 0.2% as well. Whether you're shopping for a new phone or needing to repair an old one, experts say the parts inside electronics will get more expensive. Experts say mobile electronics and computers are the top 2 biggest imports from China to the U.S. Marketing professor Steve Knowles says a product could be hit with 3 different levels of tariffs before it hits the shelves.
We're talking like a $2 product is now going to cost them $4. So that means they're going to have to raise their prices by 50, 100%. Knowles says to expect Apple and other big tech companies to raise prices. Experts say in the next year, iPhones could be expensive as $2,300. Well, if you're watching your pocketbook and your budget closely, you might have noticed that
inflation eased a little last month.
Consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn is here to break down the inflation report. Good morning.
Good morning. The March Consumer Price Index is down from February. CPI shows prices rose 2.4% in March compared to last year, but that decrease from February is the first monthly drop for prices in nearly 5 years. Airfare and hotel costs are down, and one big contributing factor is the break at the pump.
There is downward pressure on gasoline prices. That does provide some budget relief for commuters in particular, but other areas of the household budget, staples, continue to go up at a faster than desired pace.
Groceries, however, jumped 0.5% in March, and that's without the potential effects from President Trump's tariff policies. Financial experts predict the tariffs will likely reignite inflation and cause consumers to hold back on spending.
Well, Michelle Renee, lagging indicators like this are usually a boom for the economy. I mean, usually for the stock markets respond very favorably to news like this, but when they came out yesterday, the markets continued their decline. I mean, the Dow lost 1,000 points yesterday, and S&P and the NASDAQ also took substantial gains. But that good news for consumers, not enough to make an impact on Wall Street.
Yeah. Renee, thank you.
Well, new this morning, the Social Security Administration is classifying thousands of immigrants with temporary legal status as dead. This essentially cancels the immigrant's Social Security number. It's the equivalent of financial death. Financial institutions may cut off access for these individuals. The first group to be classified as ineligible is 6,000 immigrants who came to the country during former President Joe Biden's parole program. The White House says this will encourage immigrants to self-deport.
A judge is demanding the Department of Justice explain how an illegally deported man will be returned home today. A Supreme Court ruling now requires the government to take steps in Abrigo Garcia's case. The Trump administration says they accidentally sent Garcia to El Salvador due to administrative error. He's being held at the country's most notorious prison, CCOT. Garcia's wife says she's anxious to have him back in Maryland with their children. The court did not give the administration a deadline for when Garcia should be returned.
Now to a controversy over flags outside of state offices. A bill making its way through the state assembly right now would ban any flag besides the U.S. flag and the Wisconsin state flag to fly outside of any state office. Republican lawmakers say there would be some exceptions, like those that create unity and stop division. Not on the list, though, is any flag related to sexual orientation or gender identity.
We want to respect the military flags of the different branches of service. We want to respect the MIA, POW. We have Native American. We have 19 recognized tribes here in Wisconsin.
Raising the pride flag above the Wisconsin state capitol sends a clear, unequivocal, and decisive message that in Wisconsin, all are welcome.
Governor Tony Evers started the tradition of flying the pride flag above the Capitol in 2019. LGBTQ activists say that the unity that lawmakers are looking for is sewn into the fabric.
In more Capitol news, Republican lawmakers introduced a new bill to prevent sextortion. The bill is called Braden's Law. It will help combat sextortion, adding harsher penalties. The bill is named after Braden Bond. His parents say he fell victim to sextortion last month and took his own life. The FBI has warned about the increasingly common scheme. It typically targets underage boys and has led to an alarming increase in suicides nationwide.
The man accused of abducting teenager Sophia Franklin will be extradited to Wisconsin. 40-year-old Gary Day was in court in Nebraska yesterday where he pleaded not guilty. The court heard 2 extradition complaints based on Day's charges in Wisconsin and in Arkansas. The agreement means that he'll be transferred to both states without a hearing. It's not clear, though, whether he'll come to Wisconsin or Nebraska or Arkansas first. Day and, at the time, 16-year-old Franklin fled Beaver Dam and triggered Amber Alerts in multiple states.
It's road construction season across the state. Locally, there are a few projects coming up over the next couple of weeks. The intersection of Midtown Road and South High Point Road on Madison's southwest side will close April 16th to complete utility work. You can follow the blue lines on your screen that you see here as a detour. The closure is expected to run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. each day. The street will reopen Monday, April 28th.
Hey, folks, we need your help. Our community baby shower is kicking off on Monday, and we're asking folks to donate baby essentials to help hundreds of families. Some of the items they need include gently used clothing, diapers, pull-ups, baby wipes, and formula. You can drop those items off at Babies and Beyond. Their donation center is on South Stoughton Road. The need is ongoing, but from April 14th to the 18th, we're looking to collect as many items as possible. 6:38 now. Want to take a transition and show the Hudson River this morning, the scene of a deadly helicopter crash. We are learning more about the tragic tour helicopter that happened, the helicopter crash that happened in New Jersey, near New Jersey on the Hudson, where all 6 people, including the pilot and family of 5, are dead. NYPD says that recovery teams pulled 4 bodies from the water and rushed 2 others to local hospital where they later died. CBS News has also learned that the victims were Augustine Escobar, an executive at technology company Siemens, his wife, and their 3 kids. Witnesses say they saw the tourist chopper break apart midair seconds before the crash.
The propeller just exploded and scattered, right? And then after that, we saw the plane was just spiraling down.
NYPD says the tour company New York Helicopter was operating the aircraft. It took off from downtown Manhattan and was in the air for less than 20 minutes. The head of the company has declined to discuss the inspection records at this point. Investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board and the FAA will look into the crash.
CBS Mornings, Gayle King is set to go to space on Monday. She says she's getting support from her 2 children and her best friend, Oprah Winfrey.
If any of the 3 of them had said, I don't think it's a good idea or I'm worried, I wouldn't have done it. But they were all so excited and enthusiastic for me.
If they were afforded the opportunity, if Will or Kirby or Oprah...
I refuse to answer that question.
Why, Gayle?
No.
What would you say to them?
Gayle will sit down with an in-depth discussion about the journey ahead on CBS Mornings.
A trip to the edge of space. Quick little trip, 11 minutes.
Yes. Quick little thing, but I think I hyped myself up thinking about it. So yeah, I'm sure she would have said no to her sons and Oprah if they decided to go. So it's funny that she said she didn't want to answer that. So that kind of tells us what she would have said.
We're wishing them all luck.
Yes. Good luck out there on Monday. Savannah, what's coming up?
Guys, temps are cool and we're dealing with the fog, but we will see some sunshine. We'll talk about that and your next chance for storms coming up.
And it is Food Waste Prevention Week. We're going to show you a special partnership focused on fighting food insecurity here in the 608. That's next.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Friday, everyone. It's a foggy start to the day. Similar areas to yesterday, Boscobel and Lone Rock now starting to see some of this more dense of fog move further south, but Wisconsin Dells has stayed at 0 miles pretty much the entire show. Camp Douglas at 1/8 of a mile, Black River Falls coming up to 1/2 mile, but that's still dense. We're not as low here in Dane County, but Madison's currently down to 3 miles, so Madison, and then also northwestward allow a little bit of extra time if you do have to commute there, at least early this morning. By mid-morning, I think most of that fog is going to dissipate. We do have some light winds right now, cooler temperatures, and also high humidity levels that's driving the fog out there right now. Adams, Juneau, and Monroe counties are included in the dense fog advisory that runs until 9 in the morning. We do have a warmer day on tap, though. Yesterday we only hit 43 in Madison. Today we should be at about 53 to 54, lower to mid-50s for everyone for the most part across southern Wisconsin. Should be mostly dry, few stray showers can't be ruled out west of Madison, but it will be nonetheless a lot warmer than what we had yesterday. Brief sunshine right now. We get back to cloud cover though by mid to late morning. I do think most of that dissipates though. Will be partly sunny as highs approach the 50-degree mark later today. And then tonight those skies clear out again, but that's going to make our temperatures fall. We'll be about midnight as low as the mid to upper 30s, and then we'll drop to near freezing level. Most of us expecting the lower 30s, maybe a couple 34s, 35s to wake up tomorrow, and that leading to the first farmers market return though since what we had in the fall. At 7 a.m. it will be a chilly start with temps near freezing level, but at least we'll have the sunshine and that will allow temps to warm up pretty quickly. By 10 in the morning, 47, and then temperatures will be in those mid to even upper 50s by the time that ends at about 1 p.m. I don't think that'll be the warmest part of our day, that coming a little bit later, 4 to 5 p.m. At least we'll have a lot of sunshine, lighter winds, and a high of 62 tomorrow. When we get to Sunday, yes, temperatures will be warmer, but we're also going to see breezy conditions return, a lot of cloud cover. And then also a chance of isolated showers, maybe a couple of non-severe thunderstorms. We're not looking at a great chance of severe weather, but a couple rumbles of thunder can't be ruled out. After that, though, temperatures are going to warm right back up, pull in cooler air, and then we'll warm right back up for Wednesday and Thursday. And at least we'll see some sunshine. So there's some good news on the 10-day outlook.
We'll take it. Hey, you want Savannah to plan your day? She'd love to record a video and then send it to us. Say, hey, I'm so-and-so from this. Savannah, plan my day. We'll take those through the Facebook Messenger app, email, the weather app, and then watch every morning to see if your video makes it on the air.
Let's switch gears here now. It's Food Waste Prevention Week, and we're learning just how much the community steps up all year long in the 608.
Josh Breider is live with some busy folks on a special partnership. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Yeah, we're at Atlantis Valley Foods in Cottage Grove this morning. They have a unique partnership with the River Food Pantry in Madison. And I have three friends joining us live here in the 608, Rhonda, Aaron, and Brian. Rhonda, I want to start with you because you have a special award for Atlantis Valley this morning.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here to present it to them.
What is this all about for you?
It's Food Waste Prevention Week, and food that would otherwise maybe go into the garbage is being redistributed to the river for us to be able to give to our clients.
So this is one of the many partners that you have, and just talk a little bit about why it's so important to have a partner like Atlantis Valley.
Oh boy, food insecurity is very real and here in Dane County, and so to be able to give food that is perfectly fine to be able to give to our clients is a big deal to us.
Oh my gosh. All right, so you give them that award. Brian, I'm going to come over to you. Talk a little bit about this building that we're in right now, because this is a busy action right behind us.
That it is, yep. We're cranking out food here in our commissary here so that we produce anywhere from 300 to 400 unique fresh fruit products every year.
And Aaron, this is a family operation, and this is kind of a full circle moment, getting this Food Fighter Award right here in your community.
Yeah, this is something we look forward to every year. It's a partnership we've had for a long time with the river, and it's an important initiative for us as a company. We're happy that the fresh food that we produce is out there in our customer locations and then has a second life after it comes back here and leaves our doors. So.
And what's made here in your facility goes all over the place.
Yeah, about 400 different micro markets across Wisconsin and northern Illinois.
Wow. So what you guys can do to prevent, that food waste is pretty huge for Wisconsin.
It is, absolutely. We, as a company, have grown quite a bit over the years, so we're happy to support this community where we started out, where we've been based for many years. And as we expand, we like to obviously spread the love and support other communities too.
Well, congratulations to you guys. And Rhonda, Atlantis Valley is just one of many partners that you have here in the community. We have a list we want to show people. We have a graphic we're going to put up on the screen because this is everything in what you guys are doing and trying to help folks that need it.
Absolutely. And so we have over 60 partners that we're recovering food from every week. And, for us, it's 1.8 million pounds in 2024, which kind of blows my mind as to how much food that really is. It's 40 City of Madison fire engines. That's a lot of food.
That is a lot of food. And I mean, you think about, especially during these times, it's a little harder for families to get by. So every little donation makes such a big difference for what you guys are doing.
Absolutely, it does. And again, this partnership with Atlantis Valley, longtime partnership and great partners of ours.
Well, awesome. Rhonda, hand it over. Congratulations, you guys. Look at that. Much deserved here in the community. We appreciate everything that you guys are both doing here in the community. And if you'd like to learn more about those special partnerships here in the 608, just go to the story up on channel3000.com, guys.
All right, cool stuff. What a nice little thing there that she got. Nice little, some recognition. I love
nice
that.
little touch for the morning. Gotta love it.
Good deal. Thanks for showing us, Josh. Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share, just like that one. Reach out to him on social media if you have an idea that you'd like to see on In the 608.
Coming up in the morning sprint, Fisher-Price is recalling 2 children's toys.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, I know she's not a kiddo, but our producer Maria's birthday is tomorrow. We want to wish happy birthday to Maria. We're back with the morning sprint right after this. 6:54, time for the morning sprint.
1 person is dead after a crash in the town of Avon. The medical examiner pronounced a 26-year-old Orfordville woman dead at the scene. An adult and 3 children in the car were transported to the hospital for injuries. It happened last night at the intersection of West Skinner Road and South Mulrady Road. Investigation shows the car exited the road and collided with a tree. The name of the victim has not yet been released. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says the investigation is ongoing.
New overnight, China is striking the latest blow in the global trade war, upping its duty on U.S. goods to 125%. It's in retaliation to U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports of 145 points. Tokyo's Nikkei lost nearly 3% in trading today, and on Wall Street, stock futures at this point are relatively flat.
The Social Security Administration is classifying thousands of immigrants with temporary legal status as dead. This essentially cancels the immigrant Social Security number. It's equivalent to financial death. The first group to be classified as ineligible is 6,000 immigrants who came to the country during former President Joe Biden's parole program.
The National Transportation Safety Board will update the public today following that tragic helicopter crash on the Hudson River. All 6 people on board died, including the pilot and a family of 5 tourists. The victims are Augustina Escobar, an executive at technology company Siemens, his wife, and their 3 kids. Investigators from the NTSB and FAA are looking into it.
Fisher-Price has recalled 2 popular children's items due to choking hazard. More than 200,000 Brunch and Go stroller toys have been recalled. More than 15,000 detachable tissue box toys on the Snugga Puppy Activity Center have also been recalled. Owners should stop using the products immediately and contact Fisher-Price for a free replacement.
We only hit 43 yesterday. We'll see the lower to even mid-50s today. Some sunshine, but we're dealing with the fog early across Dane County and especially northwest towards Camp Douglas, Black River Falls, and La Crosse. And then 60s for the weekend. Tomorrow for the first farmers market, or at least the return of it this year. Looking pretty good. It'll be a cold start, but at least we'll see the 50s and then 60s later in the day.
Yeah, so if you're one of the first people out there, you might need to bundle up a little bit.
Yeah, bring the jacket for sure.
We're hardy, though. We can take it.
Yeah, you can take that.
We're back in 30 minutes with a news and weather update.